Beautiful art representing Bella Coola is the new exhibition featured at the Station House Gallery. Titled Coastal Perspectives, artists who specialize in different forms of art gather to show others the beauty of Bella Coola.
My art fits into the Coastal Perspective exhibition because it has a representation of the environment that we live in Bella Coola, which is very Central Coast. We're surrounded by mountains that just envelop us, and there's the beautiful coastline that just has endless amounts of scene, and as well as the salmons that are running through the river constantly during the fall, and the bears.
Well, you'll see a lot of the images, motifs, the themes that are running through the work here by all three of us is inspired by the natural landscape and the natural ecology of the region. Images of bears, of salmon, of waterfalls, of rain, water, as well as the inspiration of the local indigenous Aboriginal Nuhawk culture.
While each artist dedicated thousands of hours to making art that shows their love for Bella Coola, it's not just the beautiful scenery that's keeping them there.
Bella Coola is an amazing community. The Nuhawk community, which is the First Nations community, is probably the largest component as far as residents that are there. And from my personal experience going across the country and meeting a lot of different First Nations, I am humbled by the Nuhawk people. They are a very forgiving, loving, embracing culture and so welcoming that I feel like I have an extended family in Bella Coola after only being there 3 years now. And I know so many people in my community. It's just an amazing experience to be in Bella Coola and live there. I can't think of a better place in the world to live.
Luckily, at the Coastal Perspective exhibition, both Ernest and Kathleen were able to show us their unique way of expressing their passion.
The salmon is very symbolic. As we all know, the salmon are hatched in small streams and a few months later go down the river to the ocean, go across the North Pacific. 3 or 4 years later they come back as adults to the same stream where they were hatched. They fight their way up through all of the trials and tribulations of flood and low water and high water, bears, sports fishermen, commercial fishermen, Aboriginal fishermen with their gill nets. The salmon don't have it very easy. They struggle back upstream. They find a spawning place. They make their nests in the gravel and lay their eggs and die. And it's cyclical. And the salmon are the epitome of that cycle.
I use acrylic paint in my paintings. I also do some painted collages, which is a mixture of found objects and images, which I paste and then paint over. And I tend to use a heavy paint, so it gives a lot of texturing to my paintings. Some people work flat, but I tend to work more into a little like 3D a little bit. And I work mostly on canvas and panel, although I sometimes work on paper as well. And the images that I choose are usually from my surrounding areas, or they've been inspired by the surrounding areas, which is basically the Bella Coola Valley and the coastal region there.
The two artists both reside in Bella Coola with galleries full of their precious work. For Go Williams Lake, I'm Christina Jung.